being cooked up right now about a Sim Racing Expo happening in the United States of America. The first of its kind, the first time. And I'm proud to say here on the show, live, is that the Chicane podcast has been invited to be part of this historical event. It's got to be historical. That's going down in Chicago. 3 full days of fun, excitement, events. You get to see us. You'll get to meet us. We'll have goodies over there. Of course, I have a little. Hello and welcome to the Chicane podcast, where we discuss all things in the sim racing world. I'm your host, Jason Rivera, and I'm joined here by Mr. Eric Kelly and Jeff Smart. How is everybody doing today?
Doing pretty good, man. This week was a little rough. A lot of pollen out here. I'm fighting them off, though, man. I'm fighting a good fight, so trying to keep things together. Doing a little racing, too, but I'll talk about that in a little bit, though.
All right. What about you, Jeff?
Dude, we've been busy here. A little bit of racing. Went out and some people would call it fishing, but we went out and rinsed the lures off. Went for a boat ride. Yeah, this was a good week. Good week. You know, shot some content for the other channel I got on YouTube. So yeah, it was a great week all in all.
Smart living, guys. Keep that in your brains. He's got some good stuff out there, actually. I saw that latest video that you put out about the secrets of the island. I thought that was kind of cool, man.
So, yeah, it's just a lot of winds going around, so it was a little dangerous taking the family out on the boat, so we had to call an audible. So it was a good day still.
Still an adventure. And
absolutely.
That's what your channel's about. So check him out, guys. Show him some love. A Smart Living. I know Eric Kelly has his own Tech Jet channel, and there's something new cooking up. But when the time is right, and he'll let me know, then we'll reveal that here on the show.
Yes, sir.
But let's get right into announcements. I'm gonna go last because I have quite a bit, and it's great news, and I can't wait to share. But we'll start with Eric.
All right, man. So my announcements are racing related, of course. Been making progress, been spending more time in our racing. I've been taking everybody's advice. People have been telling me, hey, get off the GT7.
Oh, no.
On the iRacing.
We got them.
Giving me a little nudge, in the racing league. I'm trying to make my way up, and right now I have an asterisk on it, but I have met all the requirements for my C license for sports cars. Right now I'm trying to work on the fast track, so my SR rating is enough for at the season end to be promoted, but I'm trying to do the fast track because I got to get in GRL and I got to race my M2 and try to get in that Porsche, man.
Bro, you couldn't have done that like 2 weeks ago and got it in at the last season.
Bro, so the thing is they changed the requirements, which to me makes I'm fine with that. They increased the requirements for driving the M2 and also increased I think the requirements for the Porsche are the same, but for the M2 you have to have a C license. And for,
it's a faster car.
Yeah, it requires more finesse.
It's definitely not a rookie car. They call it a rookie car, but that car is a handful, even for pros. You know.
Yeah, it's definitely because, like I say, for me, the Porsche is easier to drive than that M2. So, but yeah, that's my journey. Looking to be out there next week in the M2. We're doing Suzuka next week.
I have to double check that. I know we're doing Suzuka on the F1 schedule.
Yeah, I think you guys say it follows what's in the open races, right? The following week. Is that what it was, if I remember correctly? So there's a lot of Suzuka out there on the officials.
Lime Rock is where we will be next week.
Okay. Oh yeah, Lime Rock. Yeah,
that's chaos. Out there. Cars all over the place.
Yeah,
Lime Rock.
I got my last time trial NPR on Lime Rock, so
okay. So you're familiar. You know where you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yep.
And I tried to get him in this week because I was like, man, you just got your first podium. It's a track you know well. It's the same car.
Yeah.
But I
just missed it because I was talking to Vlad and he was like, yeah, I did the time trial thing as well just to get the NPR, but the time trial was kind of tricky to figure out. And I was telling Vlad I kind of was being stubborn. I should have hit him or you up and asked you like, hey, what's the deal with the time trial? Because it's not very clear where to go.
No.
And how it works.
I honestly, I've never done one. I don't know.
So, guys, I'm an expert on time trials and iRacing now. So, if you try
Okay.
for your
Bring on the
NPR, hit us up.
questions.
Yeah,
Yep.
let me know.
Drop
I
them in the
got it.
comments or email the show at the chicanepodcast@gmail.com. So
Yes, sir.
that sounds like a great week. Let's check with Jeff. What you got for us for announcements, man?
Yeah, not doing a whole lot of racing. I did a couple ovals, IndyCar style, at I forget the track. I think it was actually Daytona, which
Ooh.
totally different driving. So I'm almost out of rookies for oval. But I've really started, Jason, I've started to build like almost like the fuselage or cockpit for the Formula car, and I really started to put some more effort into that, bringing up the sides a little bit, and some top, like I don't know what you'd call it, the top of the car, so you actually kind of feel like you're sitting in more of a cockpit. I kind of similar to people that put the nets on the side for the GT3 cars. It's kind of like the equivalent, but for Formula or open wheels. You're just sitting there and you kind of just feel a little bit more immersed, if you will. You see your cockpit, and I try to line it up where it comes off of the screen into the little walls that I've built up. But yeah, it's just super cool. So and it's super cheap. I just go get some cheap cardboard, or not cardboard, excuse me, like 1/8 plywood, and some like 1-bys, and mounted to the 80/20 rig. And then I just wrap it in a little carbon fiber wrap that I get off Amazon for a couple bucks. And I like it. I think it looks super cool. It's coming along. We're almost there. And we'll share some pictures. I don't like sharing my half-ass work yet. So you guys will see it when it's done.
Hey,
no, of cool, course, man. That sounds awesome, man. That's the way to go, man. That's the way to go. I love it.
Got me thinking, man. I'm like,
yeah, he's the man. He's the man with all the ideas, man. Sometimes he come up with stuff all the time. So
yeah.
All right, gents. I am pulling up some info in the background, and I was successful. So
all right.
So first things first. Vlad and Neil, they got it. They got it today, bro. They got it today. I finished in front of both of them today, and I was excited. Oh yeah. Hey. We had 51 cars on track, and I think I placed P7. So yes, amongst I don't want to listen. I don't want to mess around with the bells and whistles of the GRL because they're saying, "Oh, you should be a pro now." I'm like, "No, I don't."
Sandbagger.
You can only fly on the radar for so long, man.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah, Mike and Neil are gonna have to make a podcast just to
they were
publicly claim it when they beat you now.
Yeah.
Eric was on my stream, and there was a guy saying, depending on how this goes, we might hear about it on the show next week. And I was like,
oh yeah,
yeah, that was awesome. Yeah. So
that's good.
Speaking of GRL, if you guys haven't signed up yet, of course, I'll leave the links again, but I must share some news that's coming down the pipeline. And it's this guy. We are having, at least my first time with GRL, is a
cool
3-hour multi-class at Sebring, and we're gonna have MX-5s, BMWs, and Porsches on the same track.
Dang!
So this is some motivation, motivation for Eric Kelly, the tech gentleman.
I'll be there, man. Yeah, I'll be there.
So, I mean, it's got to be a drivers of 2 right now. So we'll definitely figure that out. I think Mike and I are going to run in the Porsche, and
I have to recruit or get recruited.
We'll definitely find somebody for you in that BMW because I think you're liking the Beamer. So it's going to be crazy. It's going to be wild.
That'd be super cool.
1.5 hour each, maybe.
Yeah, man, it's going to be crazy.
On the 27th at 11 a.m., that's where it hurts, Jeff. That's about 6 a.m. for us.
Yeah, it's going to be, that's early.
So I told Mike, I was like, Mike, you take the first stint. And I'll wake up, make some coffee.
Text me when I'm 30 minutes out.
30 minutes in, just do one of those scheduled texts and just wake me up. The only thing I'm worried about, right, is screwing the race up for him. for whatever reason. If I go last, if I go first, it's the same feeling. I don't want to screw anything up.
Yeah, that's pressure, man. Especially hour and a half. That's a long time, man.
That's a long time. That's a
Or if
long time.
Mike happens to make a mistake, he's like, text you, just sleep in.
Yeah, just don't. Yeah, I wake up and I see the car in the pits. I'm like, oh, wait,
Yeah,
like I don't know. We'll
yeah,
see.
don't
Mike
worry
would
about
never
this
do
time.
that. He is a consummate professional.
Oh yeah.
There you go. There you go. And Mike's been doing some training too, which is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Now I don't want to steal his thunder. I'll let him put that out when he's ready. But there goes Vlad's car, and I'm not sure of the other two. Sorry, but on to the next announcement.
That's dope. The dope liveries.
The dope liveries. Now, as you guys probably, there's some news being cooked up right now about a Sim Racing Expo happening in the United States of America. The first of its kind, the first time. And I'm proud to say here on the show, live, is that the Chicane podcast has been invited to be part of this historical event. It's got to be historical. That's going down in Chicago. And let me share the flyer to that so you can see also the cool graphics. There, I see Eric. I see you, bro.
Yes, sir. I'm hyped, man.
I am super excited for this.
That's clean.
September 5th through the 7th, guys. And the organizer, the owner, is coming onto the Chicane podcast to have a discussion on what's in detail on what's going on at this convention center in Chicago. They even got a map and everything. But I'm going to read out to you guys real quick a list of creators that confirmed recently, and they're still confirming left and right. They're still like, it's in the works right now because we got through September. But so far, we're going to have SimCraft, HSW SimWorks, GSI, SimiCube, Houstonville, iRacing's Lounge podcast is going to be there. Into the Apex podcast, the Chicane podcast will be there because we're not worried about these other two podcasts. I mean, I'm telling you right now. I'm just saying.
There's only one.
There's only one Sim Racing podcast, especially here in the United States. Is that we have the crown for that one. 4D Racewear, Asher Racing, and I'm a little nervous about that one because I kind of, me and Asher kind of went. We had our differences for a minute, but the wheel turned out. The wheel that's not on the wall that I messed up, that's right there, is actually plugged into the rig. I'm sorry about that. And GTR Simulator SimLab, which I'm a huge fan.
SimLab.
Yes.
Man, yeah.
Impact Sim Sport, Hyperion Racing, PXN through GTR Simulator. Those are the confirmed right now at this moment in time. Things could change, right? Things could change.
Like 5 months out.
5 months, and we have, SimiCube, with SimiCube GSI, that's already half the market, I want to say.
That's huge.
Of the high ends, right? I'm pretty sure they're trying to get possibly Sim Magic. I don't know. I hope that would be awesome for Eric.
Come on, Sim Magic.
But just real quick, I'm going to go over one more screen, and then we'll get into our main discussion. So I have this open in the tab, and here is the website, simgamingexpo.com. Very easy to follow, right? To remember.
That's clean.
Yes.
It is clean, bro. I was about to say the same thing.
So we're going to click on exhibitors and Alexander's PC, Corsair, which I failed to mention. Yes. GSI, Hosenfeld, I guess I could have showed
wild, man.
I could have showed you this. Let me see the ones we didn't go over. Impact Sim Sport. There's the iRacers Lounge, which our icon and description will be on this page in a week's time, or probably by the time you guys are watching this episode, will be up here.
Yeah.
Design Studios, kind of cool.
Yeah. And
then our special guest, we have Matt Malone, which is a huge streamer, huge following. Mm-hmm. The Sim Pit.
Yep.
Lawrence Dusoswa, which you guys know well. And the man, the myth, the legend.
Who was
Look
that
at that guy. I know
Look
that
at that.
guy.
Look at this guy.
He sent him the headshot. The
I'm telling
Bro,
you,
consummate
man.
that's a pick
professional
right there, huh?
at work. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, with the bouquet and the suit and everything. I see you, Mikey.
Oh yeah,
Clean.
he flexed on him.
100,000 subscribers. Give him a shout out.
Hey.
Sim Racing Den is growing.
I'll tip my cap to
Yes,
that,
sir.
buddy. That's impressive. Good for you.
Congratulations.
Quality product.
Yes, quality over quantity, always. And when he gets that YouTube sign, I told him, hey, I'm gonna 3D print you a stand, bro. Carbon fiber, free of
There you
charge.
go. Yeah,
I
man.
might give it to him in Chicago because
He's gonna have 150 by then. Come on.
Oh yeah.
the Sim Racing Den will be hanging out with the Chicane podcast throughout the Sim Racing Expo. We have cameras, we have microphones. We're going to be vlogging this event. We're going to cover the entire 3 days. I can't wait. I'm shaking, and we got months for this, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
Right,
just
man.
looked there. F1 will be in Italy too, so we'll have that to watch.
there you
After
go.
the show's
Nice.
over, we can get up with fellow other people that are passionate about racing and watch that too. It's gonna be a heck of a week, man.
Look at the traction on
Yeah,
this.
that's gonna be dope, man.
Look at the event map as it is today. And it's probably not updated because can you guys see the floor map? No. Wait, let me switch gears.
Yep. And
And then
Jason, you
we'll-
were saying what you saying earlier that facility like can host like up to 5,000
5,000 people.
Yeah.
And with that, that's a great, you know what? I'm glad that you brought that up, but I'll announce that here in a second. I don't know how to put this to you. I'm so excited. Like,
Dude, what a good place for Chicago though. It's a big airport in the
Yep.
middle of the country.
International
Like
airport.
nobody's got to go all the way across the continent.
Yep.
right.
I mean, besides
jet-
us
You get
schmucks out here in Hawaii.
You get
But
decent flights from almost anywhere.
yeah,
Direct flights.
Yeah, I
That's
think Mike
perfect.
said that his flight is less than 2 hours or something from Canada.
Yeah.
Which is easily doable. He can attend every year. It's a great thing. It's a great thing. And
Yeah.
as you can see, it's getting busy there. You see that? They got a huge esport area,
Mhm.
which they probably have rigs there, motion rigs, which Jeff
Yes.
is doing a hot sprint all
Sign
the
me up.
way.
sign this guy up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can't wait, man.
And speaking of signing up, right? Let me just go back to my screen. The Chicane podcast has a 10% discount code. It's in all caps, Chicane 10, and that'll get you 10% off if you want to attend the show, the expo. And it's a very reasonable pricing. I think it's like 80 US for all 3 days. I mean,
You can't beat
that's easily doable, man. That'll give you. Listen, I wish I could pay somebody to test out the amount of gear that's going to be at this place, right?
Listen.
I mean,
Yeah.
Just don't buy F125 and you're there.
that's it.
There
That's
you
the
go.
cost of a video game, basically. You're right.
Yeah.
There you go. With our discount, you're under the cost of a video game for 3 full days of fun, excitement, events.
Yep.
You get to see us. You'll get to meet us. We'll have goodies over there, of course. I have a little surprises up my sleeve.
But it's,
yes.
it's
And
I
cool
think it's the convention's one thing, but like just hanging around with like-minded people that are passionate about sim racing and just motorsport in general is like just as worthwhile to spend the money as it is just to go into the convention itself.
Yeah.
Right. Correct.
Yep.
And to have everything in one place, can't beat it. I know.
Yeah.
Can't beat it. So
Yeah.
I will tell you all this. If you guys decide to attend, do not wait and put your orders in and get your flights, because as we get closer, I'm guaranteeing you that prices will spike, and room will run out, or there's like a hotel there at the convention, which is very convenient. Basically, you take an elevator, you're at the expo. It's kind of cool. So that's where the Chicane podcast will be in September. I can't wait.
Did you just say an after party? I could have sworn I heard you say
Oh yeah,
that.
we got after. Listen, bro,
Of course.
that's definitely. We're gonna make them 3 days count, Jeff.
Oh yeah.
If
know
we're gonna
that's-
fly out 12 hours, we're definitely gonna make that count.
True
sir.
that.
Yeah.
And so,
So
and so for anybody who has not been tracking or doesn't know the history, I just want to take a moment to say this. Me and Jason met playing Xbox in 2011, I think.
oh wow.
Oh shit! I forgot about this part. What you about to say?
Wow.
We have been friends for 14 years and have never seen each other in person. This will be the first time we see each other in
I need to
person,
share
bro.
a cigar with my homie, man. We were
Yo,
always
Bro,
talking about that.
that's
this is
wild.
like the significance of this is like that. I'm hyped, man. I'm
Oh,
super hyped.
we're fully locked in too, man. We're
Yeah.
purchased. We
Yep.
gotta make this happen. We gotta make it happen.
Wild.
Wild, yeah.
It's
That's
gonna be
crazy,
crazy.
Eric. I forgot about that. I just never.
Nah, man.
I've never seen you, bro, in the flesh.
Yeah, that's one of the things, man. I was like, we were talking earlier about booking a room and stuff, and like just everything about this event. Because even when I first saw that they were having it, and I saw Mike there, I was like, oh, I'm going. Like just because it's the first one of its kind in the U.S. and Mike was there just to support him. But then you reached out, you're like, hey, I got some news for you. I was like, oh yeah, man, let's go. This is meant to be. Let's go.
Yes. Yes, the owner George reached out, and at first I was hesitant. I was like, "Oh man, how are we gonna get?" And I said, "You know what? We're gonna make this happen.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it happen for the community because that's what we're here for. We're here for the sim racing community, and we're gonna go over there, and we're gonna give you the real facts.
Oh yeah.
Straight no chaser.
Dude,
We're
Exactly.
definitely putting hands on everything over there."
Oh yeah.
to your point, like
Everything.
it's just going to be cool to meet people, like the people that we get emails from, which we touch on every now and again. We got some more today. That just people that you know we get to go along with their part of their week. Is listening to us, and they send the pictures of their rigs and how what we're talking about. They're going through the same thing, and it's just going to be cool to like meet people that listen to us and are like minded about sim racing and and racing in general.
Yeah.
Correct. There's so many things with this, right? The significance of this has multiple levels of um it means a lot to me because it's a branch out of something that we've never seen before. None of us have ever seen something like this.
Yeah.
And the opportunity, for it to be the first one ever, is exciting.
Yes.
It's exciting. So
It is.
with that, let's get into the main discussion now. Chicane 10, guys. It will be in the description. It will be announced permanently up until the event. Okay. And let me know. Send me an email. Send us an email or leave a comment and let us know if you're attending. You know,
Yeah.
maybe we'll have a rendezvous point up and we'll just hang out for a little bit.
Yeah, that'd be
Anyways,
cool.
yeah, man. I promised you guys win sims. So the win sim game hasn't really changed that much since the last time we went shopping. So I'm going to break this down for you very, very simple. With win sims, you have 4 options. Is it 4? I'm going to say 4 for now. I might eat my words. But the first one is a high-end option. And a high-end option, I'm looking at SRS Hurricane, which is what I'm running. And it's not high-end because I'm running it. It's high-end because of the price is high-end. And the stuff that it does, right?
Yeah.
So, and then there's another company called it's called Race Solutions, which is a newer product, which I will showcase here in a second before getting into the showcase. I will show them. Your third option is the budget option, and that's Etsy. And your fourth option, I bet you guys can't guess what the fourth option is. Come on, let's hear it.
Home
Let
Depot.
me guess. A number and a letter.
A number, yeah, yep, yes. You can print your own. You can print your own hardware. You need a circuit board and a controller, and everything else can be printed. TPU can be printed. It could be angled. It could be bent, soft, whatever. And you can save a ton of money. And you can service it. That's the beauty of 3D printers. You can service your own stuff. So let's get right into just real quick and show you the options that you have. Everybody can see this. So So this is the cost. Well, that's the Pro, which I don't really recommend having 3 fans, honestly. But for $299, you get 2 fans and a set of ducts, which you can. These look like the ducts on my washing machine outside, bro.
You dry, yeah,
Yeah.
you dryer.
A dryer, washing machine dryer. You can make your own. The beauty of this is that it has its own software, which at the time when I purchased this, SimHub wasn't really taking control of these, but that's gone away. So this IntelliBox that they call it, this right here, this guy. I mean, oh, can you guys see that?
It is, yeah, it is clean.
It's clean.
Yeah, matchy. Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you now, is it
It
worth
better be
it?
for $3.
Yeah. Is it worth it? So SimHub controls all the effects already for you. I recommend getting SimHub license if you haven't already. We've talked about it like almost every episode is mentioned at least once.
Go get it.
So that is the best $10 that you can spend. I promise you that. Hands down.
Especially.
So
now.
this one, by using SimHub, then you can control, like you can enable features like the draft feature. Like if you're behind the car, the fans will go low, and you have a certain amount that you can control, and then as soon as you pull out, like out in front of a car, then the wind hits you in the face, kind of simulating draft. Then you also have the wind direction is when you turn. If you turn left, then you feel the wind coming in from the right. If you turn right, then you feel the wind coming from the left. I know the Top Shotter still uses that. I spoke to him the other day, and I think it was an episode where Mike came on the show, and I think he has this kit, if I'm not mistaken. They're from Canada too, by the way. And he's like, yeah, when you first get it, it's cool, but then I kind of use it as an AC system. And that's how it's used on my rig. And it's actually controlled by the ignition of the car. So if the ignition is off, the fans go off.
Oh,
but as soon as you hit the ignition on, then you can tell the fan to idle, and then you can control it by the speed of the car, however you want. It's really awesome. SimHub has a very good algorithm that automatically calculates the car's top speed, so it'll automatically make the win in stages for you, which is awesome, right?
God, man, what did we do before SimHub? Or
Bro,
what did you do before SimHub?
I know.
I don't know, because
I don't know. I don't know if any of these things would be happening without SimHub. Honestly, bro.
I can't imagine the amount of software that you'd have to be running to individually manage all this stuff,
bro.
And for what, $10?
$10, and that's a lifetime license.
That's crazy.
I mean, if there's one thing that you're gonna buy, it's SimHub.
Right. That should be.
It has. I mean, come on.
So I'll say this: when I first got my rig, I bought a license to SimHub, and I was still racing on the PS5.
You need to have PC.
I didn't have a PC. I had it on my laptop, and I was just looking at what you could do. I was like, let me buy the license before he decides, hey, I'm going to charge y'all what this actually is worth.
That's a great point.
Because $10 right now you feel kind of bad. Like, dang.
All right. So the next option. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead.
No. I'm digressing. I'm going to go. What I would pay for SimHub is exponentially more than what it cost.
Well, of course.
And you're crazy.
Because you value it. You understand its value. But when you first started sim racing, you were like, why am I paying $10 again? You know what I mean? A little bit. Because
for maybe an afternoon, I thought.
Yeah, it don't take much.
You're like, why do I need this for? But now it's kind of like, if SimHub is dead, the whole rig is dead. Oh, yeah. None of the lights work. And by the way, if you see my rig, there's some updated lights there, and those were custom 3D printed to make it cleaner. As one of them snapped on me. So, anyways, the second option, and it's not because I said high end and then kind of mid tier. I'm not calling this mid tier. I'm just saying it's geared to a specific user, and you guys are going to see why. You see this right here. It kind of goes into. It's kind of proprietary, so you would need this, and it kind of looks dope as hell. So that's your
Looks super clean.
yeah,
Like
that's your
stock.
steering wheel. That's your base, right? And then there's a hole right there, and it's like an AC vent. You know, you don't see anything but the vent, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, but
And the price.
what can it mount to? You know,
So
like, does it come with that? It doesn't come with that
with that mount,
DDU mount.
you mean the front plate? That's
Yeah, that front plate.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure they sell it. There it is, right there.
Yeah.
So
I'm not
$75.
giving my ignition switch, but it's a cool idea.
it's an option, is what I'm
Yeah.
saying, and it's an option that could be a niche. It could be some people use front mounted, and some people don't. Right?
It's clean though. It is super clean.
It's clean, and it's super short. So that means that that fan is probably strong as hell because of the there's no duct in there. It's just a straight fan blowing in your face. And the price, I mean, about what is that? €210, probably plus shipping. So it's kind of close, right? And then I'll do a quick share of the many options, which I do not recommend this route.
So while you're pulling that up, just one question: how loud is the fan?
See, the ducts help because the ducts kind of absorb most of the noise. If I was to just run them straight, then they'll be loud.
Okay.
But because they have to go through the duct, you don't really. It's almost like white noise. It's almost like white noise.
Okay.
Being as long as you keep them clean, right, in the house. As long as you keep them clean and there's nothing rattling in there.
You got the car, accelerating too, that would cover it up, I imagine, a bit.
Oh, you won't hear them. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're worried about your family, like hearing it, that's what I meant. Like, but even at 10% volume on this rig, I don't hear the fans no more. Just completely gone. So I do have to be I have to use some crazy software that uses AI to block the noise gate on the fans hitting the mic when I'm streaming, because they're on, trust me, and it's hot as hell in there.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So
that's cool.
Yeah. So the last option is just a quick search. There they are. And guess how these were made? I want you to take a wild guess. If they're being sold on Etsy, hello. So, I mean, look at this. Does that not look like PLA plastic just right there? I tell you now.
So, call it what it is.
Yep.
So this is an option if you don't want to purchase a 3D printer. Yeah. However, if this is another benefit of having a device that can print things, because then all you would need is the brains of it, right? The circuit board. So I'll let you guys be the judge on what works for you, because I don't want to get attacked by nobody by making you spend money. Because in the recent comments, I'm like, okay, man, so listen, there's things that work for people and there's things that don't work for people. And the Chicane podcast is around an hour-ish, right? Our show. If I was to break down the entire thing, we'll be here for the entire hour, and I need to keep it clean, concise, simple, so that way you can have, yes, you catch my drift, right, Jeff? So you hear me loud and clear. So that's my take on an updated WinSim, because we did go over WinSims in the past, and there's really nothing changing with them. There's no innovation happening. There's no new products coming out that I can tell as of recent. So is it worth it? It depends. If your house is hot as hell and you don't have a fan above, it's a lot cleaner to have some fan ducts come in at you than having a Lasco fan just burning,
All right, so let me ask you this, Jason, and I know we're not trying to go redo the wind simulator, but you have yours just going as to cool you down. Does it provide any immersion of when you accelerate and it goes faster? Because that's really what I would get it for.
Yes.
I can't imagine the only one.
Yes, so like I have it, I have a setting, right? Because there's no this is an example. If you're talking immersion, I'm going to bring up truck sim. So whenever I roll the windows down, the fan goes.
Stop
the
it,
fan,
man.
yeah, the fan gets louder because the windows are down. But when I roll them up, I press one button, and it's a shortcut, so it'll program it to back to a certain level, and it feels like I'm driving a truck because I have my hand on the wheel like this, and I feel the AC just hitting. You know what I mean? There's some immersion with that,
dude. The
it doesn't
next
make you
level
faster at all.
The next level would be when you like close the door, it goes boom because of the pressure change in the cabin or something. You know?
I know. I haven't figured that one out yet.
It's so much, man.
So,
That's cool.
but it does, the truck. There's guys that are crazy with truck sim, and they actually installed a key ignition where you put a key in, you put the ACC on the switch, and the fans start blowing like woo. And when you start the engine, the fans actually turn off, and they turn back on just like a regular vehicle would.
Hey.
Exactly.
Bro, that dude that we showed on the text message group we have is next. I thought you were next level. This
Rico
dude
Trucker.
Yeah, that dude.
Shout out to Rico Trucker. That's a lot of work, man.
Impressive, dude. Impressive.
Yeah. I don't want to know what the wiring looks like back there, bro. I don't want. That's a nightmare.
Oh yeah, don't look back there.
So yeah, that's my topic for today. Hopefully that answers a question, and if it didn't, then you know what to do. Drop a comment, send us an email. If you have any specific question, I'm happy. The guys here are happy to answer. So
definitely
over to Eric for the next topic, which is an exciting one.
Yes,
because we kind of know, right?
It's in my blood.
Yeah, what's going on, Eric?
Yeah. So I got to flip flop a little bit for my announcement. I talked about how I've been kind of neglecting GT7 for a little bit.
I know, right? You going back on your word now.
He's well-rounded.
Mr. Kelly.
I'm going back, and I'm going back for greatness. I'm going back for a good reason.
For justice.
For justice. Yes. So if you're used to racing on GT7 and on PC you're familiar with a little app called Crew Chief, and it's invaluable. As soon as you start a race, you come out the pits. If you don't hear that first call from the chief, you stop everything. Okay, I got to get them working because I'm out here blind. One of the things that GT7 lacks is some sort of race engineer, to give you any sort of updates. But that is quickly being remedied. This app is in beta, but right now we're going to take a look at it. 1 second. Where you at? Yes. And it is called GT Race Engineer. So this app, like I said, it's in beta.
That handsome young man. Look at that. What is that?
You kidding? That's AI generated.
Oh no! Hey man, that's him, man. You can have him talking in your ear, telling you all the good updates.
Tell him to come to the Sim Racing Expo, man. That's what we need him. We need him there.
Giving us the play-by-play.
Yeah, man. I want to meet this guy with the shades. All right.
Oh yeah. But shout out to Skepler Dev. I don't know if that's his real name, but he's doing the Lord's work. All right. This app is currently free, and also it is Android only. So don't come for me. I have nothing to do with that. It is what it is. Right now it's Android only.
You probably can't afford the Apple license. Oh, I said that. Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, look, hey, no hate zone here. So he's got like a quick little clip, kind of.
Okay, let's see it. Yeah.
What you get from it? Are you getting audio?
Let's push.
No, it's fine.
You're currently sitting at 60% fuel.
Can you guys hear that at all?
Okay. No, that's fine. Keep it. Ooh.
You just clocked a 1 minute 54 second point 3.
I like the car, man. I'm focused in on the car.
Final lap, make it count.
That's dope. I like it.
Yeah. So don't worry about the levels, Eric. The little post production, we'll take care of that.
We know the gurus on the job, man. I'm not even worried about it. As soon as you told me it was good, I was like, hey, you say it's good.
So how's it work?
So it works similar to the way SimHub gets data from GT7. It actually just connects over your Wi-Fi, connects to your network, finds the PlayStation, and it connects up, it gets the telemetry and the data, sees your race information and all that stuff. I'll do a quick demo here for you guys in a second, just so you can see it real time. And I actually just updated it on the 20th with a couple of new features.
Oh, they got a Discord too. Nice.
Yep. Got a Discord. You can go in and get the app and see updates. Right now, they just added, some pit encouragement and lap time averages on pit. He now announces when a lap was invalidated during time lapse, which is
okay.
Which is helpful because it's kind of hard to tell sometimes on GT7. You just get the red counter, but the red counter stays red for that sector, so you don't know when the one you're on is actually invalidated or you start new. So just they're slowly adding new features. Like I said, give me a second. I'm gonna get set up here and we will take a look at it.
Oh wow, it was just updated the other day. You see that? March 20th.
Yeah, he's active. Like I said, on the 20th, just added those new features. And specifically, what caught my eye.
Oh yeah.
This is
invaluable for VR guys. Yep. Definitely.
Yeah, if you've ever heard me talk about the cons of PSVR 2, it's just the lack of information, like race specific stuff. And the more information that you can get from this app, the better. But he has mentioned that there's just certain information GT7 doesn't surface, right? There's certain info they don't give you. So it's kind of weird. We're actually like in the Discord and everywhere people can, they're like reaching out and tagging Polyphony, like, hey, please turn on this data, start giving out this telemetry and things like that. But like I say, I'll fire it up here and we'll take a look at it in action. Give me 1 second. Get my little setup going.
I can't wait. Let's see it.
It's dope that this dude gave it away for free. He could obviously charge a couple bucks and try to make some of his money back.
Clever. Look at you.
Look at this, man. Gentleman.
The tech gentleman. He's got the devices.
Hey, man, I try to do what I can. And matter of fact, before we get going, I'm going to hop into the settings just to give you guys some of the stuff that look at some of the things that you can do. This will straighten out.
It's got a whole list of stuff, huh?
Yeah, so it's got a whole list of things that you can activate. And
can you focus in on that? Yeah, let's see it. There we go. There
Perfect.
we go.
Yeah, nice.
And start from the top. Bands. Okay. Yep. Oh wow, it's got quite a bit of settings.
Yep.
Okay.
Current lap. Okay.
Farewell. Lower.
Yep.
Cold tires.
Yep.
That's what's up.
Which is
hot lap.
And then it's got certain stuff at the bottom down here that is, slated to be
coming soon.
Yeah. And like I say, is
they're trying. They're trying, man.
Oh yeah. It's very crew chief-esque.
Yep. I mean, they got a good template with crew chief, so no need to reinvent the wheel. Just trying to figure out what to do and kind of make improvements as people, in the Discord, kind of highlight different pros and cons. But what we'll do here is get this guy set up, and this will just be here. So you guys can see it in action. It doesn't visually do anything, but just, it makes me feel a little bit better showing you guys that. So as you can see in the background here, I got my PS5 set up, and I'm going to get the guy started.
That's why it's free.
Yeah, it's free right now because of the ads, and hopefully at some point he'll offer a ad-free version, which if he likes money, he'll do
that. He should, because a lot of people will pay for not having the guy showing you those video games. I'm just saying.
Yeah, exactly. so
I know I'm one of those. I ain't paying. I ain't watching this guy. Okay, well, you guys get the drift. You know what he's. You know what he's. You kind of got a preview watching the video.
Yeah. But yeah, as you race, it gives you different call signs and.
So how does it connect to the PS5? Is it via Bluetooth?
So it's over your network. So
okay, so you put an IP address and then it finds it, and
If I remember right, it actually just searches your network for your PS5.
Yeah,
I don't
because
even,
you have to be on the same Wi-Fi, which is essentially is doing the same thing.
yeah,
And
essentially,
it plays
yeah.
through your phone or the speakers of your TV.
So it plays with your phone, but then obviously you can connect whatever you want to your phone, Bluetooth or
Okay.
headsets or whatever.
There's some
Usually,
limitations there, right? Yeah.
yeah. Usually what I'll do, because I have the Steel Series, I'll have on my headset, and I'll have obviously one um, input to the headset connect to the PS5, and then the Bluetooth connect to the phone, so I get both sound from the game and the calls from the engineer. And then of course, since it's my phone, I can play music from it. The it's
You can get
it's
calls
nice.
too. I
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
have
but
get
that
it's
too.
calls.
you can get a
Yeah,
little bit of the surround sound. You could like put it over to your left, and it's just
yeah,
yeah, it gives you a different
yeah,
Right.
spatial awareness, if you
yeah,
will.
yeah. You can do that as well. I think the future's bright for it. It's a like I said, it's a dope app, and it's much needed, especially if you racing VR on PSVR
Yes.
two. I mean, this is even in its current state, you're getting a lot more information than you normally get. So if you're trying to be faster, go ahead. It's on the
It
Play
looks
Store.
simple too. It's like a button press and
Yeah.
set it up, and
Yep.
It's a
Yep.
that's
clean looking
awesome.
app.
Yeah.
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 That's great. That's a good option for GT7. I mean, they really don't have that many options out there, right? I mean, with
They
this
got
kind
one.
of says
Yeah,
they
you
got
kind of
one.
yeah, you got one. That's pretty much it. And I'm gonna see just for 1 second, see if I don't know why it's so low, but
Just turn it all the way up.
yeah, right now it's all the way up, and I'll turn my mic a little bit.
Something canceling it. Okay. Yeah, we
You can
heard
hear him
that.
engaging.
Yeah, and so he'll give you this is just a little mock race, but as you make overtakes, and he'll tell you the time to the guy in front of you, well, not the time to the guy in front of you, but tell you like the next car ahead, your position,
Okay.
who's coming up behind you. I think the time to there's something about either the time to the person in front of you or behind you or one of the deltas that GT7 doesn't surface. It doesn't provide that information for it to even tell you. So it's kind of one of those areas where polyphony is lacking behind, but you know,
Not even some sims don't even do that. And that's the
nah.
beauty of Sim Magic, that Sim not Sim Magic,
Sim Hub,
Sim
yeah.
Hub.
Yeah.
Sim Hub, they have they found a way to calculate that stuff, using Sim Hub. If it didn't support it, yeah. Because I remember Constantino's talking about how hard it was to get the times exact, like the exact time for your predicted lap, for example. Especially when you're running a multi race that has like 100 cars on track, there's a lot of computational power going on in the background to get
That,
all that data synced up,
that makes
every
sense.
single lap.
How
Yeah.
how easy is it to set it up from when you sit in the cockpit, from coming home from work, sitting in your rig, and you're like, hey, I want to sync this thing up? How long does it take from when you get your phone in your hand to when you start hearing that dude blasting away?
So just to give you an example, I will close the app
Dot
and
protection. Dot
and
alert.
go to it, start it up,
It found the
and
PS5. I saw it on the bottom.
yep. And of course, you got the ad that plays.
That's what kills it, man. The ad, bro. That's hours out of my life.
Yeah, it's up, huh?
I'm connected and ready to go.
Oh,
Now in 16th position.
Yeah,
You've lost 16 positions. Let's push
Damn, bro. You lost
Yeah.
16?
I'm at the back of the pack, man. It's still tracking. But yeah, but
that's cool.
there's some bugs, and that's the volume it normally is. I don't know what was going on earlier, but yeah, that's how quick it is. You hit it, set it up. You might have to check it in between the races to make sure it's still connected, but it'll tell you like, hey, I'm not connected. Like even if I stop it.
Engineer disconnected.
Yeah. So
Okay, cool.
yeah, they're thinking about some things, man. That's pretty
Dude,
cool.
if you're a GT7 guy, you got to have that. That's
Yeah.
Yes.
just
Yeah.
adds to the experience, 100%.
Definitely. Even if it's just playing off to the side for
Yeah.
ambiance.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you connected via Bluetooth to a speaker. You could do all kinds of stuff to make it
Yep.
to make it, work, you know, in your particular situation.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, I mean, that's kind of awesome, man. We went hard on the news.
Yeah.
So it's that time.
Yes,
What
sir.
time?
It's that time for track
Oh,
of
it's
the
that
week.
time.
Yes, sir. Let
And
me
this
go ahead.
time, Mr. Kelly has the track of the week, which I really don't know which one you picked out. So let's
Yeah,
hear
we
it,
didn't talk
man.
about it.
Yeah, I've been keeping it under wraps. Go ahead and share it one more time here.
I know we got Eric on a roll right now.
And boom.
Road Atlanta.
Okay, so we
Road
need to do something about these ads, man. This is getting this is getting straight.
completely
This is
out of
getting
hand.
disrespectful right now.
Yeah,
Look, completely out of
sorry.
hand, bro.
This is unconstitutional. Look, we got the American flag up there. What's going on?
Look, I'm telling you, man.
Best Buy. That's what's going on.
Problematic,
Oh,
bro.
okay, what?
I'm gonna try to keep him at bay best I can.
All right. Hit
So
it, Bucko.
I'm gonna tell you what it looked like. It looked like a piece of chicken to me,
Looks like a piece of chicken.
like
Looks
no,
it looks like a tomahawk.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say a tomahawk steak.
Tomahawk. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. So
Crush one of those right now.
oh, bro, man, off the grill, you got me hungry, man. Let me try to stay focused. Let me focus up. So Road Atlanta is a cool course. It's actually one of the younger courses that we've covered. It first came out in 1970.
Yeah,
Which yeah, so no wartime stories or anything like that going on. And it hadn't really changed much. If you've ever raced Road Atlanta, it's a nice course. It's got some different elevations. It's got some nice combination of curves.
It's a fun one.
Yeah, fun.
Track.
It's got some chicanes, some straights, and all of that stuff. But just really a cool course, and once you get the layout of it figured out, it's fun. You can have some nice competitive races on it. One of the courses that I like because I kind of was forced to learn it due to GT7. But just kind of some stats on it. It is a 750 acre course in Hall County, and there's over 600,000 square feet of paved team paddock space. So there's a lot of space around the course as well.
Wow.
Yeah. So if they have a lot of different events there, they actually have different showcases and stuff besides races. They try to make it a very family friendly course, and children under 12 actually get in free. So they're really trying to promote that family friendly atmosphere. Which hey, I don't know about you, I like free stuff. Stuff I can take the
Especially with
kids
those
to.
humans. You have those humans that are under 12. Yeah, I like free stuff too.
Oh yeah. I will take it every single time. So get back to my facts. Where'd you go? Come back here.
Dang, 70, huh?
Yeah, it's a
I guess
relatively.
I thought it would be earlier than that.
Yeah, it seemed like it, but I mean, it's just one of the younger courses. But so it's a 2.5 mile course in 12 turns, and this is kind of one of the more challenging layouts for some people. And some of the kind of signature events that they have are the Matul Petit Le Mans and the Moto America. And yeah, so those are some of the interesting events they have there. And they do Trans Am series, they do super bikes, and they also do like special events like Formula Drift and just a host of other stuff. GT3. Obviously, they have the IMSA race series that goes there and performs. It's a very versatile track, and we'll kind of look back through some of these changes. Like I say, there's not much that changes about the track. Yeah.
Okay, so it makes a little.
Yeah, they make a little change here in 2002, and see where because they actually mention the purpose for the change there because they added in these other course options. So you got
it's cool. Maybe for like some go-karts and stuff.
yeah. So this is what it was. They added a Grand Prix circuit, and they also had the short courses that they added. So they got this super short course here. This one
That's
is
probably like less than a mile if the whole thing's 2.5.
yeah. They don't even have a measurement on it. And then the short course, which is longer than the club course. So it's they've added some other functionality to it, and some small changes in 2003. And
so it's pretty much the same since they built it.
yeah, it's been pretty much the same layout. No major catastrophes. This course has been
Whoa, what a novel idea.
safe.
No
Yeah,
way.
I don't know if it has something to do with the era.
Do you think we learned our lesson? I think
Right?
so.
Yeah, I think we might have figured out safety a little bit by 1970. And then,
in 1970, I was gonna say that was back when tracks were affordable to make.
Yep.
It's probably one of the final.
Yeah,
ones.
they ain't making more tracks.
They ain't making no tracks in 2025, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, and then just the engineering, and the safety, they had a lot to learn, a lot to, piggyback off of to know what not
Lessons
to do.
learned.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like I said, it's a fun flowing course, elevation changes, and the whole nine.
It's in iRacing a lot for the weeklies.
It is a fun, fast track too. Very fast.
Yeah. So actually, it was one of the daily races last week for GT7, but the car that you raced on it was like a road car, like a little.
Bro, did we not move from GT7,
like
bro?
hey, man, I gotta plug it out.
I'm getting mixed feelings
man.
here.
Hey, those are accurate feelings. They're definitely accurate. But so speaking of how young the course is, the funniest thing to me was when I looked at the first game to feature the course. It was actually featured in 1985 on the Commodore 64 in a game called Racing Destruction Set.
Oh no!
So the track had only been out 1985 for a track that came out in 1970. So that's how
just
quickly
5 years.
It got picked
it got popular. Yeah.
Yep. But
yeah,
I've been in a host of other games as well. Of course, GT7, Forza, F1, R Factor, BeamNG, iRacing, obviously, Le Mans. So it's a very popular course. But that is our track of the week, Road Atlanta. If you haven't tried it out, try it out and let us know what you think in the comments.
All right.
Yep.
So Road America, Road Atlanta. There's two roads. There's Road America, Road Atlanta. Yep. There's probably more roads too that I'm missing, but
I used to get those.
I'm assuming not much history with it. It's not a legendary status track, so we kind of kept that little summary, in check. But still, by all means, I wish we had a track, but we don't. We don't have a Hawaiian track here, so
it got closed down, or was it a drag strip? I can't remember.
It was a landing strip, bro, that we call track. With a few cones out there,
They do what's it called? Autocross out at the stadium parking lot, like once a month.
Yeah, and they used to do track days on the old Air Force. Is it
Barbers Point?
Yeah, they used to do it there. For motorcycles too, they used to do it. So, all right, well, Eric, thank you so much for covering the track of the week. That's another one down. I hope we don't run out somehow.
I didn't think about that. But
yeah. We'll have to figure something out in turn. But let's go over some of the emails that we received this week. Because thank you so much. First of all, you know who you are. We're about to share those emails, and I'll start with, man, I hate to do this, but Eric, you're up first, man. What's
Hey, let's go and warm it up, man.
We got him airtime today.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so we received the email about Sim Magic from Drew Funk 11.
Drew Funk. This isn't the first time, man. I've read that name before, so thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
Yep, unique and memorable name. Like I said, we appreciate it.
Can't forget that. Yeah.
Yeah, but he says, "Hey guys, I was just wondering if you saw Sim Magic posted about their new wheelbase called the Alpha Evo. I found an interview on YouTube from a couple of weeks ago, and the Sim Magic rep was surprisingly open about it, saying it would be cheaper than the current Alpha wheelbase. This news is exciting to me, and I'll link the video if you guys want to check it out. Keep up the good work. Love the show." Hey, look, we appreciate the support, appreciate the love. We know you've been rocking with us for a while, and we always appreciate emails. You know, it takes a little bit of extra effort nowadays to actually sit down and type out something, because
Yeah.
you're going past the comment, you're finding the email address, you're typing everything out, you're adding the video in. I mean, we appreciate that effort. So I actually did watch this video. I'll just share, just so you guys know which video it is. I won't play it, but I'll just kind of share what
We'll
it
put
looks
it in the
like.
links in the description as well for you
Yeah.
guys to check out.
Yeah.
The
And yeah, so
handles.
this is the video here, and this is the rep that they're talking about. And behind him, see if I can find just a shot of the wheelbase so you guys can see it. But if you haven't seen any of Sim Magic's offerings from I can't think of the name of the expo, but they showed a line of devices that were
From the
interchangeable.
From the
Yeah.
ADAC, yes.
Yeah, so they showed off their next line of devices, and if you're familiar with Sim Magic, you know that they've recently been releasing products under a Neo brand, right? So obviously, you have the GT Neo wheel, you have the Neo rumble motors, you have the Neo pedal set, and Tyler Wang, before he departed, he was really kind of explaining the path and trajectory for those, and this wheelbase and the idea that they're cheaper than the Alpha lines up with that, because this is supposed to be more of a, like, the Neo line is supposed to be more of a customizable, fun type of
I
line.
wonder how. That's what I'm thinking. I just wonder how they're doing it. What's being sacrificed in there?
I'm trying to remember, because in the interview he kind of asked about that, and it wasn't, obviously he was saying like the force feedback quality was the same. That was basically like the purpose of the wheelbase was the force feedback quality. The torque wasn't going to be as high. I think it's going to be like around 9 or 10, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, yeah, just math doesn't check out to be the
They
same
have an
quality
18 though.
and quantity, but cheap.
Yeah, they got an 18 version, I think. A 10, what is it, 15, 18, something like that.
Yeah, you talking about
I forget what they are.
The ones they have now. Oh yeah, so they got so they have the 10 for the Alpha series. They have the 10, 15, and the 25.
No, for the new ones.
Oh yeah, the new ones.
The new ones. There's an 18 version. They got the highest.
Yeah.
So that's what so that's what they're doing. They're just okay.
Yeah, less torque, the 360 hertz feedback, and then just the Sim Hub LED tie-in, and then that magnetic whole ecosystem,
DDU features and stuff.
Yeah, so nothing really that's breaking the bank. It's just the different kind of customization options in my mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll leave that link in the description. Thank you so much, Eric, for covering that, man. And Drew Funk, this isn't the first time, as I mentioned earlier. I think you were one of the first ones to email the show too. So
yeah,
I see you. We all see you. Highly appreciate you. So Jeff, you got the next one, man. And this was my favorite. I had to fight with Jeff.
So
I wanted to cover this one. I'm like, Jeff, go ahead.
Yeah, so this is from Mark Fleming. He says, "Hey fellas, just thought I'd drop you an image of my week ahead. I've been watching the podcast for a while, and so far it's cost me an active pedal and a 3D printer. Let us just be known that we caveat this with we can't be held responsible for any financial decisions that anybody makes that listens to the show. That's the asterisk that should go along with the show. Exactly. Keep up the great work. All three of you gel well together. Thanks, Mark. P.S. I'll keep you updated on the completion. And gentlemen, what I'm about to share right now is Christmas.
Oh yeah,
for us dudes.
Christmas in April.
I know.
So hold on a second here.
Every time I look at it, man, I can't.
Yeah, Seeing it
Ready?
now
Here we go.
after having built the rig.
Boom.
Jeez.
Dude.
Oh,
The amount of screws
bro.
and bolts.
Yeah.
Dude, Mark. Yeah, like I see like my knees aching and my little fingers getting sore from putting all the
Yeah.
sim lab. Dude, like, but that dude's got himself a rig.
Oh yeah,
Right
he got
there.
set up for sure.
That's
I wonder
primo,
what
buddy.
he's running now. Like, is this a straight
0
first
to
build?
100.
Because
Dude, there's cry once and then there's cry once.
Yeah.
bro.
Oh yeah, the tears are flowing. I mean, he's even
But
got to
dang,
put the hub on the wheel rim. Like he's got to assemble everything.
He
Dude, that's
I'll say before I built my
Mark.
rig, I would look at this and I would be excited. But after building my rig, I'm like, this is great. But, but the work, my goodness.
listen. Congratulations, man.
Congratulations. But send us a picture of that sucker completed in a week and a half, whenever you're done this thing.
For real.
We want to see it, man. That looks like a killer rig there. Something you're going to be happy with for a long time. And yeah.
And remember, just tell the wife they gave it to me.
They gave it to me.
Or just tell her that it's some equipment for the garage for the something.
Yeah,
Timmy Cube, no, don't Google them. Don't
Tool
Google
set.
them.
No.
Sim
Sim
lab
Lab
boxes out.
Yeah, Sim Lab. Well, they're just some little guys.
Sim Lab, it's for my daughter's biology class. I don't know. So here we go. We got final email of this week. Thank you guys so much for emailing the show. Yes. Kevin McLaurin. And it says here, hello guys. First off, I want to say I love the podcast. This is already 3 emails that's saying that you love the podcast. I love that. Yeah. I love hearing this. Love the podcast. You guys keep up the great work. I have not missed an episode. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, appreciate it. Shout out, man, for the
Loyalty.
consistency.
Amen.
Yeah.
That loyalty, man. I'm telling you.
That love.
I look forward to listening to you guys every week. Now, my question. I am thinking of taking the plunge and purchase a 3D printer.
Oh, yes. Another one we're going to be responsible for.
Oh, yes.
I keep getting blamed. I get blamed for everything, even by Jeff and Eric, in fact. I get reminded every day. This is you.
It's your fault. Even if I bought it first, it's still your fault.
Right. What's your recommendation, buddy?
So let me just finish, Hurry, real quick.
Oh, okay,
it says, just wanted to know which models do you guys have? So this is a group thing. Okay. And which would you recommend? Not really concerned with price. Oh, okay. All right, it's good to know. There's no budget, but would probably like to stay under 2K. Okay, so there is a budget. Yeah. So
that's easy.
He's comfortable in the 2K, less than 2K range, which is
everything consumer.
That is a great, but that's great options with that. So I've been hearing a lot about the H2D, but was wondering if it was worth it or should I go with one of the other Bamboo models. I'm thinking of the buy once, cry once saying we sim versus go by. Anyhow, what's your suggestions? Thanks in advance. Kevin McLaurin. So Kevin, we're going to go over the machines we have. So I started out with an A1. I returned it in 2 days. I purchased an A1 Mini and an X1C. And Jeff, what are you running back there?
I run the P1S.
The P1S. And Eric?
Still on my A1.
So for about maybe 2 weeks' time, we own the entire lineup.
That's terrible.
You never thought about that, did you?
That's terrible.
That's the first time I thought about that. That's true, though.
Oh.
From top to bottom.
I'm embarrassed.
The entire portfolio.
Mini, A1, P1, X1. Like, there's not a single model that we can't cover here. We can't talk about.
We don't make a nickel from Bamboo.
Hey, yeah,
the
Bamboo.
H2, that shit don't exist.
Bamboo, come on. Come on, Bamboo.
Bamboo. I'm telling you. I would love to. We say that a lot here. So I'm gonna let each of us answer this, right, to get you the right answer here. So in my opinion, it depends on 1, what you're trying to print. 2, do you see yourself printing for things more than sim racing, right? Like Jeff's case, he's got a boat. Eric has a big lawn outside that he could probably start a whole forest the size of his garden. His land is huge compared to ours in Hawaii.
and a wife and kids.
And wife and kids are running around,
One
and doing all
stuff.
kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So my thing was, I will get the big boy printer and get the mini printer to complement both of them. So that way print times are cut in half. And the mini was, it was a good purchase for the price, right? There's $200. They gave it to me.
Yeah.
So I'm not telling you need to do that. Well, I'm trying to be very careful here on the show. I'm telling you, I want you to go to makerworld.com, which is what Bamboo uses, and start looking at the stuff. Start looking at options on what you could do with this machine. And if you see yourself going over using PLA, ABS, any other harsh material, then you're going to need an enclosure.
Yeah.
That's how I got Jeff. That's how I convinced Jeff. I was like, Jeff, if you're thinking about, you also got to think about kids too. If you have an open machine like this, they can come up and it could be dangerous, right?
Dude, my kids love watching it.
Yeah.
And I'd be done. It'd be ruined if they had.
If you didn't have, if you took it away, it's over. Once they had,
no, I'm saying if it wasn't enclosed.
Okay, if it wasn't enclosed.
Yeah, young kids, animals, just
cats. They love to climb on top of shit. That would
nothing to do with that thing.
Yeah.
And another thing is space, right? So space is a big major thing. And most of us guys have, you either have a man cave or you have a garage cave. So some guys like to hang out in the garage, and with all the dust and all the elements in the garage, I would highly recommend an enclosed printer.
Yeah.
So that's my take on it. I'll let you decide. Don't come after me. Please. Eric, you go next. What's
okay.
up?
Yeah. So obviously I still have my A1, and me and Jason talked about it when he got his A1 and he grew out of it like immediately. Like he saw the vision. He was like, I need more. I need bigger. I need more options because I got plans. And for me, the A1 works for what I print right now. And for me, I'll be adding a second printer at some point and multicolor. The enclosure would be nice, but just for me, budgetary reasons, it's so hard to beat the price of the printers. Like the A1 Mini, the A1, if budget, which we know for him, that's not really a big issue, and space are concerned, it's crazy how good they are for the amount of space they take up.
Right.
So for me, space, and also to Jason's point, if you don't plan on printing in any, I'll call it like exotic filaments where you need like precise temperature control or things like that, then the A1 quality wise, it's right up there with the other enclosed ones. Like there wouldn't be a point where you'd print something on the A1 and say, the quality of this isn't, I should have paid more for quality. So yeah, those are kind of sticking points for me.
Right. So I started with an A1, and I still have parts from an A1 that I printed, and the print quality was fine. It's just, like you said, exotic filaments. If you want to build things that are going to take a beating, like a shifter or a actuator, which you can actually print actuators for simulators, or seatbelt tensioner, which is on my list, all those things. You need the materials. You need a machine that can use the materials and have the temperature enclosed. So for wind draft and dust and everything. So Jeff, what's your take, man? I haven't asked you this, huh?
Dude, I am pumped. You kind of convinced me for the P1S, and I'm so glad you did, honestly. Because if I got the A1, my kid, I have a 1.5-year old, and he loves watching it, and it'd just be a matter of time before he went up there and was like, I want to touch this thing. So the enclosure helps for that reason, right? But also, like, I have things that I want to print for the boat, and out in the sun, PLA is just not going to cut it. So I have the option. I haven't done it yet, but I have the option to do that. So I have had zero regrets with the P1S, and I would get hard stop. I would tell somebody to get the AMS though. That is super convenient to have the AMS unit, so you can
on any of them.
Multicolor.
Yep.
Yes.
I second that.
So, and I'll piggyback with you, Jeff. I do agree with you with what you just said about the AMS. However, also, if you add AMS to any of the A series printers, you're doubling the size of it, essentially, unless you mount it on the top. But I thought about doing that. We and Eric spoke for hours, and I said, dude, but it's kind of heavy. It makes it unstable. A machine, it's a box, and you put it on top, and nothing moves. So just everybody's different. Everybody's use case is different. So that's our take. That's the Chicane Podcast take on Bamboo printers. And if you know anybody from Bamboo, just tell them to email the Chicane Podcast. That we would love to have a conversation with them.
Just a discount on filament, I'll take it. Pumped.
Yeah, man.
It's a faster shipping. Bamboo. We're still waiting on our freaking app. My printers are not going. They're like, what happened? You got tired
It's like
of me?
it's on that blimpie that's floating across the Pacific out to us now.
Yeah. Whatever it is they're doing. So that's not their fault. They still make great machines. You can't go wrong with any one. I will say that right now.
Yeah. Dude, my wife printed for 9 hours yesterday, like 3 different things. I was run out to work to try to print something, and it was busy the whole day.
They use it more than you, bro.
She does. At least this week, she has used it more than I have.
Well, hey, man, you let your wife know that there's kind of a filament tax.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, but it's awesome. I sat up there with my kid, and we were messing around the studio, and he was understanding, my 7-year-old of the colors and the sizing and the it was awesome. Like, that's exactly why I got it. No, that's a lie. That was what I sold it as.
It turned out to be true.
It turned out to be true. So
and the software too is a major point.
Very easy to use.
Yeah, very easy to use, very intuitive. It's free, and you can do a lot before you need to actually start using some other higher grade software.
And even then, right, Eric, I found models that are not for Bamboo that are on printables.
Yeah,
it's very simple instructions. Load it up, 20% infill, to height. Okay, how much on the temperature? Okay, temperature is by the plate anyway. Yep. You save the settings, you hit print, you go to sleep, you wake up, it's waiting for you. Yeah, it's that simple. So
the magical feeling.
Birthed it.
So, yeah. So, man. All right. So that's about it. That's what we have for this week. Round tables, I'm pretty sure we're all spent here. I'm spent.
Drive fast, break late.
Yes. There we go.
Let's go.
Look at him, bro. I'm telling you, man, I can't be. I'm proud
Teach an old dog new tricks.
That's it, man. And the real question is, before we let you go, is will I see you at the Sim Racing Expo in September? Something to think about. If you're buying a Bamboo printer or thinking about the expo, forget about the printer. Come to the expo. There's way more fun to be had with them. I'm kidding. Anyways, guys, we're not. But have a great start of your week. Thank you.